Hi guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Ignore that annoying beeping noise, my alarm needs a service and I'm dealing with that. So, today we've got a Phase 1 Alfa Romeo GTV Spider, 916 Spider, whatever you want to call it. This one is mint. Obviously not amazingly mint because it's here because it has a problem, but it is overall one of the cleanest and really, really low mileage. How low? Well, a whopping 40,000 miles, and literally look at that interior. A little bit wear on the bolster, but considering it's an original P-Reg, this thing is clean. And for those that know, it has the Alfa smell as well. Now, what's it in for? It's in for a minor service, but we've also had an issue where we keep losing brake fluid, and every now and then the light will come on, and we've tracked it down to a clutch master cylinder that is leaking. Now, these are a little bit awkward to replace. It's a couple of bolts there, but the worst bolt of this is, it has to be as awkward as possible, but the worst part is, there it is, there. That bolt there is the clutch master cylinder feed pipe. There it is. So, it goes from the reservoir to that bit there and then returns. So what we need to do is find a way to it. Either I get a very long 11mm and undo it from the engine bay, or I try disconnecting everything inside the car, removing the two bolts, seeing if I can pull it inside and undoing it inside the car. Now, I'm gonna make a mess. So what I've decided to do is drain the system completely, the clutch system. So I'm gonna take the airbox and stuff off, get to the clutch slave cylinder, which is new because we replaced that one because this was in storage for a while and that failed. So let's get to it. With these, I've disconnected that sensor there. I've already had to replace that because it's split, so marginal things. The slave cylinder is around here, so I'm replacing the air filter anyway. I'm gonna whip this off, undo it from here, take this section out. So it's one 10mm here, one annoying clip here, and one screw there. Got access to the slave cylinder, the cap's off there. I'm gonna do a little bit on the internal side, just disconnect stuff, layer up tissue all over the floor because it is gonna get a bit messy no matter what. And then once that is all done, start taking it all apart. I think I'm gonna have to move it forward because I'm gonna be working in a tight little space here and I'm not a fan of that. Let's go, first things first. Kneeling pad so we don't bust my knees up, which are already bad anyway. So what do we need to get under here? We've got one clip there and then two 13s there. Now I thought I was going to be able to undo that from inside the engine bay, or from inside here, but it's going to be difficult, I think. Let's just get to it. So that looks like a music note. The clip and the washer are off. Now I'm going to put them in ridiculously safekeeping and never find them again. So I choose the gear gator. There they are. We all know they're there. Watch me panic for them later. Well, I have come to terms with the fact that the inlet manifold will need to be removed. Mainly for safety reasons. One, if I can undo that bolt at the back, I don't think I'll be able to line it up properly. I don't have enough slack on the pipe to pull it inside the car and do it from inside the car. I have spent a good half an hour, 45 minutes weighing up my options. And the easiest option is just to remove the inlet manifold. So that's what we're doing now. So on this side, we removed 3 or 4 plugs, a couple of pipes. And there's a bracket down there, which I'm gonna get to after, but that side's the easier side. Then there's a load of bolts here. What I'm gonna do is just kind of whip it out of the way. Just taking the throttle body off now, which was 4 5mm Allen keys. Leaving the throttle body connected, just disconnected some of the breather pipes. Once I get the throttle body off, I can then start assessing how everything else is going to come off. I think there's 2 bolts that screw from underneath, 2 15 or 16s that hold the inlet manifold on. I don't really want to remove this, but again, I know that if I don't do it now, I'll have to do it later because there is just no access to get there. The annoying thing is, it's not that one, it's the second bolt, that one there that's nearly focusing on. It looks like you can get to it, you just can't. So very annoying. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of a weird one on this. I've removed the power steering pipe from there, which is up there and clamped out of the way. And then I managed to get my 13mm spanner and decent hand access to the back of it, and voila, it is off. Definitely took longer than I expected. It took me about half an hour to undo it from there, but it saves me taking all of this off. Let's just hope the rebuild's gonna work. So for now, that is the way that I'm doing it. I'm not gonna put the rest of the stuff that I've taken off back together yet. I am gonna wait and see what happens at this point. So that's off, go inside the car, do what we need to do there. I've got the new one over there, ready to rock and roll. All right, we are now using the 13s, going through the gaps to that bolt there, and just slowly undoing it as we go. Now, I've got a magnet ready to catch it, because, oh, yeah, now's that time, I think. Let's see if I can, oops, see if I can wedge this and catch it. No, not gonna happen. Well, that's an absolute result. It stayed in the socket. So that's one down, one to go. Okay, we've managed to get it out, but it wasn't without a fight. Because of the way that the Jubilee is on, I can't get that through here, so I'm going to try and pull it out. So I've taken this little nipple out of here, which is the feed. Leaked a little bit of fluid, but it weren't too bad. But the old one is out, which is good times. Now I just need to deal with that clip. I'm going to hopefully pull it through the engine bay, and if I can, it will come out where I'm hoping there. That black pipe going in there, so I just need to pull that through. Hopefully it will come through, or try and push it through and do something. I don't really know, but I'm just making it up as I go along now, because let's just keep going and have fun. Oh my God, this is a terrible job. Now, I'm just gonna say this before I go any further. If you've made it to this stage, take the inlet manifold off, your life will be easier. It seems like a lot more work, but it will be better. But I'm also living proof that this can be done with the inlet manifold and on. You just need two people. Now, I've already actually changed it, which is not ideal, but when you get all of this stuff out of the way, you can get your hand in there. The new one is in that zone there. Okay, cool. Now, the rubber pipe that comes out of the slave, hold on. The old master, there is a little white thing that goes in here, which is here. What I did is, because there's a Jubilee on the top there, which I couldn't get off, I just levered this whole thing out. Because it is broken, don't need it anymore, so it don't matter. So I whipped that out. Now, I ended up removing the pipe off the car. Now there's a little hook clip that is roughly about here under a black box at the bottom. Unhooked that, I had to have two people. I put my arm in through here to hold the pipe, while a friend of mine, Guy, unhooked it and we pulled it out, and then we fed it out through the car, took everything off, then connected it to the new master, fed it in, and then connected it back up and used the new Jubilee. Can't see it, it's in there. And then we used the same Jubilee on the master cylinder side, which I'll show you. Don't know if you can still see it. It's up there somewhere. No, I can't see it. Oh yeah, it'll be there. 1 second. Oh yeah, the Jubilee's up there. So the new one is in. Just got to put the replacement washer and pin on that side. And while I had help from a friend, I've already bled the clutch. So we have a working clutch pedal as well, which is good. We've got a nice response on that. So now, just got a few more things to do. Just got to rebuild all the stuff that I took off for, well, good reason. Having this off meant I could get my arm around. And this is what I mean by getting your arm all the way in. So it goes in here. And if you look here, you see where my fingers are flapping around. And the pipe is just underneath. Look, there's the new Jubilee that we put on. Not that you can see it. Let's try and zoom in. Ooh, too much. Yeah, there's the Jubilee that we used. So that pipe is there. I'm just gonna click all that in. So that's how I got to that. And refitting the brake pipe going into the actual master, the master itself, managed to get my arm into that gap and thread it in and then tighten it up with the spanner the same way I undone it. Again, it was just all through this corner here, which was not ideal. So now we're all in, we're all done. Just got to rebuild a few LOTOS bits. I've put all the connectors and sensors and pipes all back in on this side. Just got to connect up a few bits on this side, mainly do that one before I forget. But it is 7 p.m. on a Monday. I'm going home. All right, well, it's a new day and it's raining outside. All of this is back together. I'm all happy with it. Just going to start it up and make sure that I've connected everything correctly. Oh, phone call. Nearly forgot, I've got to top the power steering fluid up, which I've just done. Now we're going to start it. So power steering fluid topped up, let's give it a start. Sounds good and healthy. Obviously, the reason why we're doing this is because we disconnected a lot of vacuum pipes, a lot of sensors, stuff like that. Now you see the power steering fluid starting to foam. It's going to go lock to lock and make sure we've got no leaks. Alright, well, put the under tray back on, everything's all done up and tight, gave it a good clean down, because obviously fluids were spilt, power steering fluid, even though I locked the pipe off, it still leaked out. So I've got to do rear brake pads on this, which isn't in the video, and then we'll take it on a road test. Okay, been for a nice little road test. I'm all happy, everything's all good, so this one is done.